ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা সো তোমাদের মধ্যে কয়েকজন অলরেডি ক্লাসটা করেছো তাদের জন্য কিছুটা রিপিটেশন হবে আমি যেটা বলতে যাচ্ছি সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের গামা রে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট in this nuclear physics advanced lab what are the gamma ray experiments that we do basically there are two gamma ray experiments that we do one is over there this one and this is gamma ray absorption and you know about gamma ray absorption what is the normal rule if you have a parallel beam of gamma rays falling on a slab then you know the intensity I as a function of x is equal to initial intensity into e to the power minus mu x and this is your linear attenuation coefficient right basically you know that we have got exponential attenuation of gamma rays and what is the reason the reason of this exponential attenuation of the gamma ray it is because when the gamma ray a beam is falling on the slab the gamma ray can be either absorbed or it is just scattered to some other direction. But during both these processes, there is loss of intensity from the initial beam, and so this means that your delta I is this is proportional to your initial intensity and also to your this loss, this intensity. বুঝতে পারছো এই যে মানে আমার কেন হচ্ছে এই এক্সপোনেনশিয়াল নেচারটা এটা এক্সপ্লেইন করা যেতে পারে ওয়ান ইজ অ্যাবজর্পশন হয়ে যাচ্ছে and another is scattering to some other direction so what I am getting here is a reduced value and this is the reason for this exponential nature for charged particles we do not get such type of exponential nature because of this there can be a possibility but that is accidental in nature আচ্ছা in this lab এখানে আমরা দেখবে যখন এই গামা রে অ্যাবজর্পশন এক্সপেরিমেন্ট আমরা করি তখন কি করা হয় ওইখানে we put a radioactive source on the top of it এটা আমি মিশিয়ে দিই হ্যাঁ so put a radioactive source now it is isotropic radioactive source gamma rays are emitted in every direction and then you put a detector a GM counter detector something like that okay and then the gamma rays enter the detector and then what happens they interact with the gas volume with the gas filled gas inside your GM counter and then as a result you get counts so this is basically GM detector remember this GM counter GM detector and you know this is basically works on the principle of gas multiplication and the GM region is so initial part on this region something like that so this is GM region and after that you have continuous discharge and if you have a different particle then again they will reach the same old GM region so moral of the story is this detector this cannot identify whether you have got a charged particle source here or a gamma source here okay also if we have got two gamma rays of different energy it will not be able to separate the two things this is just a detector not a spectrometer so the type of experiments that we do we just put the source the detector then we put the source at different distances and see how the 1 by d square relationship you get so this is one sort of experiment and also we put a slab of different thicknesses continually and then we verify the relation I is equal to I0 to the power mu x we do a log plot and from there we calculate the value of linear attenuation coefficient okay so this is basically gamma absorption experiment on the other hand you must be also wondering that this is not the complete picture of course not why because here the gamma ray is coming interacting but there are all so many other things as well or also when the gamma ray interacts what happens who has given the possibility that only the energy will be absorbed but not something will be scattered out. Of course, we do know about Compton scattering, right? So there is a possibility. So what happens in that case? You see, in whatever scenario, the GM counter is just detects. So either it is full energy absorption or incomplete absorption, or there is some other source. You also put some other source. While doing this experiment, one group of students, another students, they put a different source nearby and they are doing some other experiment. What will happen? The gamma rays, suppose that you also use a gamma ray, the gamma rays from that source, it will also interact with this and you will get enlarged counts because of that. Okay, but we need to identify, suppose we need to identify the various properties of this radioactive source itself. What is the nature of the state? Say, that is an advanced question. What is the nature of this? What is the energy of this gamma ray? Suppose you want to know. Then this GM counter will not help you. For that, we have to do gamma ray spectroscopy experiment. And what we will do here, the same thing. Again, a source, isotopic, point source, of course. But here, the detector that we will be using, this is basically a sodium iodide plus thallium activated inorganic scintillator coupled with a photomultiplier tube. So, first step, gamma ray, single gamma ray. Inside this inorganic scintillator, it will produce a large number of smaller energy gamma ray. Next step, photomultiplier tube. Each smaller energy gamma ray will convert it to a large number of electrons. So, two-step process. And after that, this is not the entire picture, because this is quite similar to this thing. After both these things, what we will have is an electrical signal. Right? Here also electrical signal, here also electrical signal. Now, since we want to know the energy of this gamma ray emitted, we have to do something more. What we have to do is basically, we have to use some electronic technique through which we can get an idea about the energy. So let me show you. Suppose this is what we have. Suppose this is a gamma ray of energy 662 keV emitted from a monoenergetic source of 137 cesium. Now this is the actual spectrum. Okay. Now if you observe this thing, if you put this source near this GM counter and take data for some time, what will you observe? You will just observe counts, nothing else. But here, in this case, what we are going to do is, we are going to do a technique. What technique is that? The first thing, we are going to use a discriminator. Two discriminators we are going to use. ভালো করে শোনো কি করব। আমাকে যেটা করতে হবে, পুরো এনার্জিটাকে স্ক্যান করতে হবে। I have to scan the entire energy. For that, what I will do, I will choose something like this. This is known as LLD, lower level discriminator. This is known as ULD, upper level discriminator. So I am going to record the spectrum using discriminators. What we do in this experiment is, we fixed this gap. This is fixed. So this means that ULD is fixed, and then we will just slowly changing the LLD value. এর মানে এটা যদি আমার পুরো স্পেকট্রাম হয়, তাহলে আমি আস্তে 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 করে এই পুরো জিনিসটা স্ক্যান করে মেজার করব। ঠিক আছে, জাস্ট পুরো স্পেকট্রামটা আমি স্ক্যান করব in this way, and you will be finally able to get an idea of the spectrum. This is all about measuring the gamma spectrum. Next comes your physics. Why do we get something like this, and why not something like this? Just a single spike peak. The reason is that when your gamma ray interacts with the sodium iodide, you can have not only full energy absorption, but also this thing. What is that? This is incomplete energy deposition. This is also there here as well. Remember, the same thing is also here, but we are unable to do this because this technique is done using a separate electronic module known as single channel analyzer. this is not suitable for this purpose. We have to use this sodium iodide detector for that. Only then we will be able to get this idea. In the experiment that you have to perform in this lab, so there I talked about what you have to experimentally verify. I is equal to I0 e to the power mu x, and then calculate the value, estimate the value of mu. Also change the source to detector distance and do the measurement of 1 by d square, right? These things you do over here. Here in this experiment, what you do is the following. Suppose this is the 137 cesium source. Okay. Now, so if this is your spectrum, then after measuring the spectrum, what you do, you see this spectrum, there is a sort of background over here, right? What you have to do is you have to do a background subtraction. How will you do that? You first take a estimate using your own. একটা নিজের হাতে একটা লাইন টানবে স্পেকট্রামের নিচ থেকে, okay, and after that ওই corresponding experimental data point থেকে হাতে টানা যে পয়েন্ট আছে ওটাকে সাবট্রাক্ট করে দিলাম। পরে আমি যেটা পাবো, later on I will get this background subtracted peak only. Now I will analyze this peak. Now what about analysis? আমরা কি বার করব এখানে? Two things. Number one, আমরা ওই স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্যাল টেকনিক ইউজ করে আমরা জাস্ট এই সেন্ট্রয়েডের ভ্যালুটা বার করব এই সবকটাকে ধরে। Number one. Number two, we will calculate the value of FWHM, full width and half maximum, and this will give me an estimate of the energy resolution. Now remember that this whole measurement is done using your lower level discriminator, that means in volts. যে কোনো electronic instrument over here, any electronic instrument, it has got range to 0 to 10 volts, right? So this means that, let me talk about this thing. So any electronic instrument has range of 0 to 10 volt. So whatever you have to measure in between. Now it is possible that you can do a measurement like this, which will be a very good measurement. Now inside the modules, one of the modules, you see, when you get the counts or electronic signal from the photomultiplier tube, the signal is very weak, it is not very good, and you have to shape the signal, number one. So you have to decrease the width of the signal, and also you have to increase the height of the signal. So this is done in a module known as amplifier. So first we have detector, then there is a coupling instrument which does impedance matching between detector output and afterload electronics. This is pre-amplifier. Next we have got amplifier, which does this part, and then your single channel analyzer or discriminator, which does the scanning part. So this is the overall chain, four very important parts. And after that, of course, we have scaler and counter, which counts. Now talking about this thing, this should be your ideal measurement. Now in this amplifier, there is a section, there is a important thing known as gain. Okay, দেখবে ওইখানে একটা knob আছে, there is a knob known as gain. What you can do is, if you change the gain, then this spectrum that you observe, you can change it to something like this. মানে তুমি পিকের হাইটটাকে চেঞ্জ করতে পারো। This whole thing you can expand or contract using just the gain. But remember, if you put too much gain, then you will get something like this. No peak will be cut off. So before doing the experiment, you have to ensure that my gain is set such that I am able to get all the counts in the spectrum. This is important. You will see that I have already set the gain to a value of 2.0. Okay, you can also take the data at the value of 3.0 volt and see how the spectrum changes. Okay, any questions till now? This is regarding your experiment. So in the experiment, what we do, we measure the centroid and then we measure the FWH. And from there we do the energy calibration. That's it. This is what we do. Energy calibration means E gamma, and this is your baseline voltage in terms of volt. Now you already know that this is due to complete energy deposition of 137 cesium. So this volt, this centroid that you are getting, suppose this comes at around 5.2 volts, but this corresponds to an energy of 662 kV. You already know that. So you get a corresponding point like this. One point from one source. There is another point also. What is that? You see, this thing, this is due to Compton effect, maximum energy. This is Compton H. Okay, you can also do an estimation in theory at the value of the Compton H, right? And there, roughly from the graph where it is, then also you can do the plot over there. But this is not for the centroid, this is your H value. But this also gives you some point. So similarly, you can also use another source and do a calibration. So this is known as energy calibration. And this is what we will do in this gamma ray spectroscopy experiment. বোঝা গেল আজকে আমি পুরো কমপ্লিট এক্সপেরিমেন্টটা তোমাদের বোঝালাম। আগের দিন আমি বেসিক থিওরি পার্টটা আর কিভাবে কি ইলেকট্রনিক্স পার্ট, previous day I talked about the electronic components more and the physics part. Today I have discussed what we really do in this experiment. Any question?